You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. 3 people were displaced after a fire at a home in Hanover Township. Fire crews were called out shortly after 1 yesterday afternoon to a home on East St. Mary's Road, where a vehicle parked inside of a garage was on fire. Upon arriving to the scene, smoke and flames were seen spreading to the home and were brought under control within 20 minutes. One person was home at the time of the blaze and was able to get out safely, only suffering minor burns to his forehead. Crews stated that there's moderate to major damage in the garage and second floor, but luckily the house was not a total loss. The cause of that Hanover Township fire is still under investigation. An Edwardsville woman's behind Luzerne County prison bars after allegedly delivering a fatal dose of fentanyl to a friend in Wilkes-Barre last year. 29-year-old Christina Shumway was charged with causing the death of 26-year-old Michalina Kowalczyk, who was found dead in a running SUV parked on West Sydney Street the afternoon of February 18, 2021. According to the charges, the pair of friends met up with the dealer who sold Shumway 4 blue pills stamped M30 for $100 to give to Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk was later found dead inside of a vehicle idling later that night, with 3 remaining blue pills, a cell phone, and a Taurus G3 pistol. An autopsy later determined that she died of a fentanyl overdose. Shumway was charged with felony counts of drug delivery resulting in death and drug trafficking. She was denied bail Tuesday morning after a judge deemed her a flight risk and danger to the community. An Exeter man was selected to fill the vacant seat on the Luzerne County Election Board Tuesday night. Luzerne County Council announced the appointment of James Mangan Jr. One of the seats became open earlier this year when a Republican member stepped down. Council also said those Republicans interested in filling a vacant council seat have until May 24th to apply. That seat opened when former council member Robert Schnee was elected state representative of the 116th district. A public interview process will be done of all applicants. New quality of life regulations passed in Hazleton to address common property code violations. The rewritten Quality of Life Ordinance will allow code enforcement to address health and safety issues that impact neighboring properties. It'll also replace the old ticketing procedures of the law, where new citation fines will range from $25 to $1,000 per offense. The old version gave code enforcement the ability to ticket people for a violation, but never solved the violation as a whole. If someone's cited under the new ordinance, the person and a code enforcement officer can make their case before a district magistrate. From there, they'll determine whether to impose a fine and set the amount. A Democratic U.S. Senator announced that he'll be backing an abortion access bill. Pennsylvania's senior Senator Bob Casey announced yesterday that he'll vote to allow debate on the Women's Health Protection Act, stating that he'll support the bill if there's a vote on final passage in the future. This is a reversal for the senator, who's long been considered anti-abortion. A vote, however, is unlikely because Republicans can still block the vote on the bill. U.S. Food and Nutrition Services approved Pennsylvania's Pandemic Electronic Benefits Transfer Plan for the 2021-22 school year. PEBT assists with covering the costs of breakfast and lunches for eligible families that would have received them at a free or reduced price when schools closed during the pandemic. School children are eligible if their school was closed or had reduced hours over the course of 5 days, or if they were absent for the same amount due to COVID-19. The program follows the same rules as SNAP for eligible purchases. Families can use their PEBT benefits to purchase almost any unprepared food item in participating grocery stores or food markets that accept EBT. Eligible families will begin to receive these benefits by mid to late June. Pennsylvania's Minimum Wage Act regulations were approved and are about to change how workers are compensated. The rules will update how employers pay tipped workers and ensure salaried employees with fluctuating schedules are appropriately compensated for overtime. The final form regulation covers 5 primary areas for tipped workers, including increasing monthly tips from $30 to $135, the 80-20 rule, tip pooling among employees, ridding credit card and other non-cash payment processing transaction fees from an employee's tip, and the clarification that automatic service charges are not gratuities for tipped employees. The definition of regular rate for salaried employees whose overtime pay is determined by the fluctuating workweek method will also clarify that the regular rate is based on a 40-hour work week for the purpose of calculating overtime. Worker protection regulations will go into effect on August 5th. A longtime Wilkes-Barre Area School District superintendent has passed away. Jeffrey Nemi served as superintendent for the Wilkes-Barre Area School District for 16 years and was in the school district for over 40 years of service total. Nemi retired from the school district back on August 31, 2012, and was recalled by colleagues as being compassionate, fair, and dedicated to students' welfare. He passed away at Wilkes-Barre General Hospital on Monday at 76 years old. Coming up on Wyln News, it's another day of caring, plus a limited-time new twist on goldfish crackers. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's Wyln forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Today's the 29th annual Day of Caring of the United Way of Wyoming Valley. The day began with breakfast. Then more than 500 volunteers headed out to take on dozens of service projects at community organizations throughout the Wyoming Valley. Among those included the SPCA of Luzerne County, Kirby Park, and 44th Cemetery. Apple just marked the end to one of the most important product lines in its history. The company discontinued the iPod Touch to close a vital 20-year chapter in its history. The company introduced the first iPod in October 2001, at a time when the firm was highly dependent on computers and still on shaky financial ground. Apple figured out the recipe for an easy-to-use MP3 player and did a good job marketing that to customers, if you remember its old silhouette ads. The iPhone helped start the iPod's downfall, of course, as many only needed one device in their pocket. Nonetheless, the iPod effectively made Apple the general consumer electronics giant it is today. Hook, line, and sinker. The snack that smiles back is taking a dive into a popular seasoning that's sure to be a catch. Goldfish and Old Bay created a cult favorite limited time offering made with the zesty, bold taste of Old Bay. Fans of the Baltimore-based seafood seasoning brand are notoriously passionate about the blend of 18 herbs and spices used on everything. The popular spice blends black pepper, paprika, celery, salt, and red pepper flakes to complement the classic taste of Goldfish. Each 6.6-ounce bag will be sold for $2.79 and can be found at a nearby location using the Pepperidge Farm website. Coming up on Ashley's News Choice, details on the LSVT program on this Wellness Wednesday, plus Leading the Way, Part 3. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on Wyln TV.
The clear choice for our next state representative is Gary Perna. Gary is the only candidate with real city and township government experience, working in both Luzerne and Schuylkill counties. Gary serves in multiple communities as a volunteer firefighter and gives his time to countless organizations. It's time we send one of us to represent all of us in Harrisburg. On May 17th, vote Gary Perna Jr. for state representative.
I'm Gary Perna Jr., and I approve this message.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hi everybody. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Dr. Alex, Dr. John, my beautiful granddaughter Layla, we're going to be here with Connie. Connie was a good patient for 30 years, but then in a recent car accident, chiropractic saved her. So tune into the show. It's going to be well worth your time.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call Wyln News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. Wyln, we're your local network.
welcome to another Wellness Wednesday. Thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. I'm Julia Wiegand, and today we are on location at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center with Shay Post and Becky Hunsinger. First of all, how are the two of you?
We're doing well.
Yeah. Good, thank you.
All right.
Now, today, these two lovely ladies are going to be talking about Parkinson's disease and other movement disorders, their treatment program that is here at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center. Now, I guess we'll just start off with tell us all about the treatment program and who qualifies for this treatment program.
And we do a program called LSVT Big in physical therapy, and that stands for the Lee Silverman Voice Treatment Program. It's a certification that myself and Becky have in the physical therapy department to treat patients with Parkinson's disease. It could be used for other movement disorders and also patients who have stroke. It has 20 years of research behind it. And it helps with making the movements of persons with Parkinson's bigger. So a lot of times you'll see that shuffling gait that a person with Parkinson's may have. So it kind of targets specific impairments that person would have. It helps also provide them with an exercise program that we teach them that they can use for the rest of their life, which is very important, for a person who has Parkinson's to keep active.
Now, how does someone who is taking care of someone with Parkinson's or other movement disorders, how do they sign up for the treatment program?
The treatment program is actually prescribed by the doctor. So if the caregiver or the person with Parkinson's or any movement disorder needs to have the program done, they contact the doctor. The doctor will send a prescription to us, and they just say they want the patient being seen for the LSVT Big program.
And while we're on the subject of movement disorders and Parkinson's disease, let's talk about the importance of staying active with those disorders.
So patients with Parkinson's and other movement disorders, as well as any patient with any type of neurological disorder, it's been very challenging to stay active during this era of COVID. So different, if you need a supervised program, I would talk to your doctor about seeking out a physical therapist to help you with a safe program so you can safely exercise. If you're just being diagnosed with Parkinson's and you don't have a lot of symptoms yet, just staying active like through a gym program. We still have, our gym is still open, and we have a safe environment. Patients are wearing masks. I encourage a lot of my patients, even when they're done with physical therapy, to join a group fitness program or in an individual fitness program. It's very important to keep them from declining functionally, helps them do what they enjoy doing more, watching their grandchildren. It might help them continue to be out in the workforce. So being active is the second most important thing that someone with Parkinson's can do to help keep their mobility besides their medication. So if you have Parkinson's, I would encourage you to either find the physical therapist that could help you out. Like I said, we have that nice LSVT Big program that will kind of guide you that way, working out at the gym, keeping active, in other outdoor activities, as long as it's safe. So something to definitely discuss with the doctor, but very important to do.
And I know that this isn't the only thing that is at the Health and Wellness Center when it comes to Parkinson's disease and other movement disorders. There are support groups that are around as well. I know COVID kind of took its toll on a lot of different types of programs everywhere. So let's talk about the programs that do exist here at the Health and Wellness Center.
Great. We basically, before COVID happened, Shay and I ran a Parkinson's support program. It happens once a month, and it was great for the community. It had patients or just people in general who had Parkinson's or other movement disorders, as well as their family members came in. It was a safe place for them. They can discuss any problems they had, what they were going through, and the people they were with knew exactly what they were going through too. So it was really good support. Again, we did it before COVID hit. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to get back into those programs right yet, but hopefully when we get started again, we do meet one time a month. We're going to be meeting the last Wednesday of every month for an hour on Wednesdays, and hopefully we can get it going soon. We had a little setback where we kind of had to push it back again, but hopefully within a couple months or so, we'll be able to get it back off the ground. So, again, it's for Parkinson's, but it's also for other movement disorders. If people have strokes, ALS, anything along those lines, everybody is welcome. Even if they're not, it's a welcome environment for anybody. So we do have that option open for the community.
All right. Thank you so much to the two of you for giving everyone a little insight on what is happening here at the Hazelton Health and Wellness Center when it comes to Parkinson's disease, other movement disorders, those who suffer from strokes, and anything along those lines. Thank you.
Good, thank you.
And thank you, everybody watching out there. Remember, first, talk to your doctor, but remember that you aren't alone, and the Hazelton Health and Wellness Center Physical Therapy Department is here to help as well. That's it for this Wellness Wednesday. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Hi, I'm Mike LaRocca. I'm running for state representative in the 116th district. I've lived in this district my whole life. I've been in business here for over 20 years. Just like you, I'm frustrated with the directions things are going. When elected, I will be the firm voice for seniors, veterans, law enforcement, and all citizens in the 116. I promise to bring as much funding into this district to improve quality of life and lighten the burden of those on fixed incomes. I cannot do this without your vote on May 17th. Send me to Harrisburg. I will not let you down.
How you doing, everybody? It's Ricardo Santos from J Zapata. You remember this old monster? Well, we're moving into a building. It's a big restaurant. Come and check us out. This is what we had on our menu. Regular burrito. We have the taco americano. Let's go with the Mexicans. They don't have a sombrero, but there you go. Corn tortilla, gluten-free. This is the birria tacos, enchiladas, nachos, flan, 3 leches. That is right. Come at 620 Hillside Drive, grand opening of J Zapata Mexican Restaurant. Whoop, whoop.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Tomorrow's care starts today with Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton, your ER partner.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at 647 State Route 93, Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania 18249 during regular business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mary Beth Cook's leading the way into part 3 of this week's series.
Welcome back to Leading the Way, and in segment 3 we are here with Mary Beth Cook, and she is the Executive Director of the Helping Hands Society. And can you give us a little bit of an idea of what a typical Mary Beth Cook Executive Director day is like?
No.
Thank you for joining us.
No. It's so different every day. The best part, though, are the children. And walking into this building, you feel good. Like, I think we love to come to work. Not that we don't like time off, but the children are so fascinating, and watching them bloom and grow, and just cognitively and in all areas of development just soaring. I mean, we have had so many great successes, and it's just, they're wonderful. They're adorable and so innocent and willing to learn, and we just have a great group here. And
is Helping Hands a national organization?
No, it's not.
It's just
we're
here.
Just local. Yeah, we will serve anyone, but we're basically Luzerne, Carbon, Schuylkill County, but this is the only facility.
So do you have fundraising?
Oh, yes, we do.
See, I knew that had to come under the title of executive director.
But before that, I do want to say that all the great successes we have with the children could not be accomplished without the amazing staff we have here. Salaries are not big. They work from the heart, and they are my family. That's what we call each other, and they are so wonderful and giving and loving to the children. That's why the children do so well, because there's respect, but it's just the children want to do for people that they love and admire. And it's a two-way street. I can't say enough about them and the board of directors and the CHIPS members. Just fantastic. We need money to survive, and we are nonprofit. No one has refused services because of inability to pay. We work with any parent, and we have fundraisers constantly, and it seems like we're always asking, do you want to buy this, do you want to buy that, or we're having the telethon. We're going to have our June lottery raffle, a gas lottery raffle, gas and cash. And we're just, as of Monday, planning our telethon, which it looks like it's going to be August 20th at City View Park. And that's the first time we're doing something like that, because we haven't had the telethon in 2 years because of COVID. So that really hurt us. We did get some funding, from the state and everything, but it really hurt a lot of our fundraisers, and it hurt the pocket.
Talk a little bit about COVID and see exactly how that impacted everybody here.
Okay.
So make sure that you are waiting for us tomorrow evening when Leading the Way continues with Mary Beth Cook, segment 4.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.